Hello and welcome back to Something Z. Welcome to Will Sasuke Die in the Prologue Part 4. Last time on the What If, Sakura accepted a deal with Orochimaru to go with him. In exchange, he will bring Sasuke back to life, and she can't tell Naruto, and both of them are knocked out and hidden under a tree. So let's get back into the What If. So we begin with Sakura waking up a couple hours later, and when she wakes up, she is surrounded by this purple energy, and black markings resembling flames that go across one side of her body. And once the curse mark activates, she's able to tell that she is so much stronger than she was before. And she was able to find a nearby enemy team, and she was able to take them out without too many problems. And when she's done, she realizes that they have the same scroll as her, so she leaves them alone. And she was able to turn it off since she made an actual deal with Orochimaru, so he made the curse mark more usable. So it's basically a weaker version of Sasuke's. And when she gets back, she patches up Naruto as best she can. Hours later, after Sakura wakes up, Naruto wakes up, and they decide to settle down there for the night, saying that it's already starting to get dark. And they spend most of the night trying to come up with strategies on how to get other people's scrolls, and how they can use their new jutsu to their advantage. So we skip to the next day, and once Naruto and Sakura are ready, they jump tree to tree to sneak up on a random team. And when they eventually find an enemy team after 30 minutes of jumping, they just spy on them, since they want to attack the enemy team off guard. After they regain some chakra, they attack the enemy team, with Naruto attacking head-on, while Sakura uses her chakra to defend Naruto. But for some reason, it was way harder for Sakura to use any jutsus, and it took more out of her than it normally does. After a long fight that lasted around 20 minutes, Naruto and Sakura get the enemy team scroll, and they left to regain some of their chakra. And they decide to go to the middle tower in the night, so everyone will hopefully be asleep, and it will be faster. When they get to the tower, they are told to open the scrolls in a different room, and when they open them at the same time, Iruka-sensei appeared out of the scrolls. "Iruka-sensei, why are you here?"
"Well, Naruto, I'm here to tell you good job on making it to the tower, and you both did it really fast. I promise you when I say this, Sasuke would be proud of you."
They both thank Iruka, and they are told to go to the next room, and when they do, they see Team 10, 8, Guy, Kabuto, and Dosu, and the 3 Sand Shinobi asleep, except for the red-haired guy with dark circles around his eyes. So we skip to the next morning, 20 minutes after they are told to get ready. The 3rd Hokage walks into the room, and they are told to follow him into the next room. When they all line up by teams, they are told that too many people have passed, so they will have to do one-on-ones so they can decide who will actually pass and go on to the 3rd exams. So instead of Sasuke fighting in the first round, Naruto will fight instead. And all the rounds besides Naruto and Sakura's rounds are the exact same. Since it was an odd number, Kiba was able to pass to the next exam without having to fight. When Naruto and Yoru were called to fight, everyone left the arena, and when Sakura was out of view of Naruto, she was going up the stairs. She was stopped by Kakashi.
"Sakura, I know it's on your shoulder, and I know who gave it to you. So for yours and for everyone else's safety, don't rely on your Sharingan, or it could unleash the curse mark. And if it goes off at all, I will stop you from taking the rest of the exams. Do you understand me?"
"Yes, Kakashi-sensei." So we jump back to the arena, and when the countdown reaches 0, Naruto uncovers his Sharingan, and he uses his chakra knuckles. When Yoru was able to tap on Naruto's chakra blades, Naruto felt that some of his chakra got sapped away. And when he looks at Yoru's hand, he notices that his hand is covered in chakra. So he comes to the conclusion that he must have the ability to drain chakra. So Naruto turns off his chakra blades and decides to fight him without using them, or he'll just lose with his lack of chakra and be unable to move. And after a bit of hand-to-hand combat, Naruto was able to get the upper hand, since he was able to react to Yoru's attacks before they actually hit him. And ultimately, Naruto won the match. So we skip to the match between Sakura and Ino, and when they start the fight, Sakura didn't uncover her eye, because she was told she couldn't use any of her chakra. But unlike the canon Sakura, she had more training with hand-to-hand combat, since during practice she sparred with Naruto and Kakashi. So unlike the canon, Sakura won. And when she's done with the match, Kakashi took Sakura away from everyone else, and put a seal over her curse mark. So everything happens the same. So when Hinata gets taken out, Naruto promises to avenge her. So when all the matches are over, they are told that the next stage of the Chunin exams will be in 1 month. They should spend the rest of the time they have left to train. An hour after, they are told to leave. Naruto finds Kakashi and asks if he can train him.
"Sorry, Naruto, I can't train you. I'm going to be busy training Sakura, but I could get you the next best thing. Meet me on the Hokage heads tomorrow morning."
So we skip to the next day and Naruto is waiting on the fourth Hokage's head until eventually Kakashi and Ibisu and Sakura get there.
Okay, Naruto, here's your teacher, Ibisu Naruto.
Why him of all people? He's weaker than me. I beat him with one of my jutsus. To be exact, it was the... Then Ibisu covers Naruto's mouth with his hand.
Oh, so you two know each other? That makes this a whole lot easier. Anyways, good luck, Naruto.
Then Kakashi and Sakura use the underground projection fist technique to swim away, after it seems like they're gone. Okay, listen here, Naruto. I don't want to do this any more than you, but I want to be on Kakashi's good side. So how about this? If you can successfully get away from me, then I will resign from being your instructor, and I'll make sure Kakashi has time to train you. Naruto then accepts the deal and runs away, only to get caught again and again by Ibisu, until Naruto is next to a wall of a building, next to the woman's bathhouse, and that's when Ibisu notices a white-haired man peeking, in which Ibisu tried to stop him, but the white-haired man summoned a giant frog and defeated him in one hit. When Ibisu got knocked out from the hit, Naruto ran up to Ibisu and tried to wake him up, but it had no effect, and it was obvious that he wouldn't wake up for a while. Angry that now the only possible way he could train with the teacher is gone, he shouts, "Who are you? You knocked out the only person that can teach me. Now you have to instead." And after a bit of persuasion, Jiraiya says that he will begin Naruto's training in a bit, so they go to a nearby river outside the lake, and Naruto trains to walk on water. And after a couple of failed attempts, Naruto takes off his jumpsuit and shoes because he thinks it's holding him back. And when he focuses chakra, a mark appears on his stomach, and Jiraiya, seeing it, is able to tell that something was added to the original seal. So he undoes the extra seal on Naruto's stomach, and he tells Naruto to try and walk on the water again. And Naruto, when he tries, seems to walk on water way easier than he did before. After Naruto comes back from the water, Jiraiya tells Naruto that they are done for the day, and to meet him back here tomorrow, and he leaves. So he skips to the next day, and Jiraiya tells Naruto to describe his chakra, and Naruto responds with talking about the Nine-Tails chakra. So Jiraiya tells Naruto to use up all of his normal chakra, and they'll see if it turns red. And Naruto in response makes around 50 shadow clones and grabbed his fang knuckles and put chakra into them, and for the first time uncovered his Sharingan in front of Jiraiya. Jiraiya, seeing the Sharingan, is confused because Naruto didn't look like an Uchiha, and he realizes it was in one eye like Kakashi, so that must mean that something happened to Sasuke. But he decides to keep it to himself for the time being, and the Narutos fight each other with all their strength, with the real Naruto winning after hours of fighting himself. After all the clones are gone, and Naruto covers his eye again, Jiraiya summons a frog, and inside contains a scroll. This, Naruto, is the summoning scroll. In order for you to summon frogs like me, you need to sign it with your blood. Naruto then signs the scroll with some of the blood from the scratches across his body. After he signs it, Jiraiya tells him to do the hand signs, which he does, and all that is summoned is a tadpole. Jiraiya eventually calls it a day, after a couple of failed summons, and then Jiraiya goes to talk with Kakashi, and he learns about why Naruto has a Sharingan, and that Sakura has one as well. So we skip a couple days into the future, and Jiraiya throughout the day tells Naruto to live this day as if it was his last. And at around noon, after some failed summoning attempts, Jiraiya brings Naruto to this giant cliff and pushes him off. Naruto then tries to do something, but then he thinks if he does just about anything he knows, it will only end with him hurting himself. He then goes into his subconscious and sees this giant cage that contains a giant beast, in which he was able to gain some chakra from the Nine-Tails, and was able to summon Gamabunta, saving him. And that's when we're going to leave the What If. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time on Something Z. Also, happy Halloween if I get this video on time.